Hey you guys, it's Carnella. Thank you so much for watching my channel today. Appreciate that. But today I'm coming to you guys to tell you a little about one of my very favorite things to do, which is thrifting. So I love to do me some thrifting, y'all. Y'all know that. Y'all know I love to thrift. So I actually was at the International Natural Hair Meetup Day in Memphis. Yes, in Memphis, y'all. I went and hung out with the Memphis Naturals at the FCA Naturals INHMD event, and I had a blast, you guys. It was my very first time ever presenting about thrifting, and it was amazing. It was well received. I mean, I had different props that I showed. I had tips that I told them about, and they got it, you guys. So I definitely had a great time, and I felt like, well, let me share some of those tips on this video for anybody who wasn't there and who might be kind of needing a little bit of assistance, or just what I'm doing or what I'm trying out that's helping me in terms of thrifting and finding great fashions at seriously affordable prices. So first of all, same thing I did with them. Let's go ahead and talk about what the definition of thrifting is, because I don't want us to get it twisted with boutique shopping, which I love boutique shopping and consignment shopping, but I do think it is a difference than thrifting. So here it is. Thrifting is when one visits several different thrift shops, secondhand shops, and vintage clothing stores in the hopes of buying several items of cheap and unusual clothing or other items. One usually does this with friends. Hey, where did you get that weird top? Oh, I found it while thrifting. It was only $1. Okay? So that's what thrifting is. I mean, really, you're gonna go out and you're gonna find some cheap but unique pieces that you may not have ever found before, not because they're not out there for sale, but just because you wouldn't have found it. It wouldn't be in a retail store. So if you are not about the secondhand life, then thrifting ain't for you. I mean, that's just that. It's not free. It can't be for you if you're not about the secondhand life. So my favorite thrifting store is Goodwill. So this video is going to focus on Goodwill thrifting. Okay, my tips for shopping and thrifting at Goodwill stores. First things first, when you walk into the Goodwill store, you need to determine if it's a retail store, like a regular Goodwill that you can shop at, or whether it's a donation store, because some Goodwills have donation only sites. So make sure that when you MapQuest or look it up, that it is a store that actually has stuff to sell and is not just a donation location. Okay, when you walk into Goodwill, the first thing that you need to assess is the color of the day. The color of the day will dictate what color tag will be 50% off. You want to know that when you walk in the store, right? You want to know what color it is to get 50% off. And they'll have a color on the sign when you first walk in the store. So make sure you ask or look, where's the color? What's the color for this week? They change it every single week on Sundays, okay? So if you go on Sunday, when they change the color, there are more of that particular color out there. For instance, if today was Sunday and the color is blue, and I go to the store, there are going to be a lot of blue tags still available. Whereas if I go on Thursday, there probably isn't that many blue tags available. So there's less likelihood that I will find pieces that are 50% off. Just that little tidbit side note. Okay, so you walk in, I mean, the prices at Goodwill, let me go back. The prices at Goodwill are very, very reasonable anyway. So if you're getting 50% off, that's great. If you're not getting 50% off, you're still going to get a really good bargain. Okay? But I'm all about bringing that price down as much as possible. Okay, so when I walk into the Goodwill store, there is an overwhelming amount of racks and clothes and everything. So the first thing that I do before I jump all into that is I check out the jewelry counter and the purses. Those are the kind of, and then the shoes, the jewelry, purses, and shoes. And they're usually kind of off to the side, like right when you walk in, you can kind of find them, the jewelry counter and the shoes, and then where the purses are, and they're sometimes together, but otherwise they're on the perimeter of the store. So that's kind of where I started before I jump into the clothes. But I kind of start looking through the purses, looking through the shoes, belts, and stuff like that, just to kind of see what I find, you know. Then I will jump into the dresses. After I've checked out jewelry, shoes, purses, if I don't see anything, or if I do see anything, whatever, my next thing is the dresses. Now, usually in Goodwill, the dresses are around the perimeter of the store. And so it's just easier for me to kind of scan or shop around the perimeter first before you kind of get into everything that's in the middle. Because I'm telling you, those racks and racks and racks of blouses, short sleeve, long sleeve, sweaters, blouses, oh my God, it can be very overwhelming even for me, and I love a Goodwill. But I will go around the perimeter and check out the dresses. Now, if I find a bunch of dresses, then, you know, I might say, okay, I'm done, or usually not. But, you know, I usually will find a couple of pieces, at least in the dresses. I do touch almost every single item that I'm going through. Mostly what I'm looking for, because Goodwill does not do their store by size. They usually do it by color and by the type of clothing it is. So they will have all of their dresses together, and then they will be assorted by color, not by size. So usually I'm looking for my size. So I'm usually just going through, and if I don't see my size, I don't even stop. I just keep going, and I'm looking at the tag, just flipping. And when I see my size, then I actually like scan the item of what it is. But usually, because I am plus size, I usually just go through and I'm looking for my size. And then if I see little pieces that I like, the fabric, or I like that color, something catches my eye, of course I will look at that. After I've gone through the dresses, because I am plus size, I usually will go to the plus size maternity section and kind of scour that out, because that may have a shirt, may have a pair of pants that I would like to try, because they usually put everything over an extra large in that section. So, I mean, even though it says maternity, most of the stuff there is not necessarily maternity. Definitely they have an assortment of maternity type pants and jeans and stuff like that, but it's not exclusively maternity wear. So I would definitely recommend trying out the plus size and maternity wear if you're that size. After that, I'm in the blazers, y'all, and I'm not leaving till I go through them blazers. I love me a blazer, y'all. So blazers, they are not organized by size, so they're organized by color, and you can usually tell, like I can usually look and see with the fabric, the color, if it's something that I'm looking for. But I just, once again, I touch every one, go through it, just to see if it's a size that I like, a color, or whatever. I go through the blazers. After I've gone through the blazers, usually I go over to the jeans. And Goodwill does usually have a good assortment of plus size jeans. I must say, I was able to pick up 3 pairs of Ralph Lauren pants from Goodwill. Bam! Okay? And when I tell y'all Ralph Lauren pants fit a plus size girl pretty good, they fit me pretty good. I got a pair of dress slacks and 2 pairs of jeans that were Ralph Lauren from Goodwill, and I love them. I love them. They fit so well, y'all. They fit so well. Woo! So anyway, I got excited. So anyway, after I've gone through the jeans, it's kind of a free-for-all. Am I tired? Do I feel like continuing to thrift? Because for me, I don't have a preference on shirts. So it's kind of like all over the place when I get to shirts, because there's nothing like, oh, I only like long sleeve shirts, or I like blouses, you know, that are long sleeves, or I like only short sleeve shirts. I just kind of start where I'm at and kind of just go through it, because I mean, they have so many racks in Goodwill of shirts that it can be, to me, it can be very overwhelming sometimes. So like I said, what did I do? I started off with the jewelry, the shoes, the purses, then the dresses, then the blazers, then the maternity wear, then the jeans. So that's 7 different areas that I've already hit up in Goodwill. And if I want to, I can go to the shirts. I usually don't. I usually don't. I usually will make my way into the household goods area to look and see if I find any type of eclectic something, you know, ornament, a mirror, a nice frame, lamp, anything that is just different, or that I could possibly use to store stuff at the house. After after that, if I'm still not done shopping, I will try out a row or two of the different shirts. But in Goodwill, I usually don't find a whole bunch of shirts unless like I said, I'm looking in a certain area. Now I will say Goodwill is really usually good for having white blouses and tank tops. That white section is usually right all the way at the front, like the first section that you see. I mean, I found a very good couple of white blouses in those areas. So I definitely will, if you're looking for a white shirt, go to Goodwill, okay? If you need just a white button up, a white polo, white camisole, you can definitely hit up Goodwill and find you something for, you know, a couple of dollars. So I would definitely recommend, if you're looking for something like that, uniform style, you can find it at Goodwill. Now, one of my tips is definitely wash your clothes before you put them on. Okay, Febreze is nice, but wash the clothes, especially if they some pants, y'all. Wash that stuff. Wash it, please wash it before you put it on. The other thing that I would say is if you buy shoes, I would take a small spray bottle and put some alcohol in there, like rubbing alcohol, not liquor. I suppose liquor probably could do the same thing, but you'd have to get very high proof. But you get some rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle and spray that in the shoes and just wipe them down. I recommend that you definitely scour through your garments to make sure that you have all the buttons, that the pants zippers work and they actually stay up, and that little, you know, the little flap thing on a zipper, the zipper itself, the little thing is on your pants. Women, y'all check the little crotch area of pants, because some ladies will have accidents and then the pants are there. So I tried on a pair of pants, they fit, I was like, ooh, took them off and looked down, and right in the middle, yes, some lady had an accident in those pants on her period. Yeah, I'm serious. So make sure that you just check everything out. Make sure you check everything out for stains. I'm sure you're going to do that anyway. But yeah, I would recommend those things just to make sure that you get the quality that you want in the clothes that you're buying. What else about Goodwill? Because specifically I want to talk about Goodwill because there are so many other. I want to do a plus size vlog about thrifting, but I'm not going to make this one be about the plus size struggle. But today I'm talking specifically about Goodwill tips, so we'll talk about the plus size struggle in another video. But I think that's it on the Goodwill tip. I mean, Goodwill is one of my very favorite stores. I have been told that Goodwill prices are set by corporate, and that as long as you're in the state, it's supposed to be the same, but it's not. Some Goodwills do charge about $10 for for like two-piece suits, whereas other ones only charge $5, $7 or something like that. So it does vary depending on which Goodwill you go to, but usually you're not going to pay more than $5 to $7 for a single item. But for the two-piece suits, it might be a little bit more. It might be like $9 or something like that. Maybe 10. I've seen 10, 70 something at like 2 Goodwills that I've ever been to. So I don't usually see them up that high at Goodwill. Definitely be courteous to the staff. You know, that they definitely can be helpful sometimes. And sometimes not. So, I would say, what other tips in terms of Goodwill? I would definitely recommend trying everything on. Goodwill is a store that has dressing rooms, so I recommend that you try your items on, even if it's like a size smaller than you. But if you don't recognize the brand, it may be cut differently. So I definitely recommend that you try on things that you see that you like, and you put it up to yourself and you're like, well, it looks big, it looks so big, it looks like it might fit or it might not fit or whatever. You know, if something looks like it may fit you, try it on, you guys. See what it looks like on. Put everything in that cart, everything that you like that's your size or close to it in that cart. You're going to alleviate so many things as you start trying things on in your dressing room. So don't be scared to put all that stuff in your cart and then go try it all on, and then you'll come up with your treasures and your finds for the day. I hope this video was helpful for some of you ladies who are out there thrifting or trying to get out there and start thrifting. I would love for you guys to join me in thrifting. I go thrifting all the time, so I know it's kind of hard to pinpoint a day and time that I'm going to go thrifting, but I definitely hope that you get out there and that you try thrifting for yourself. Please come back and tell me your experience, and if you have any questions about how to thrift and what I'm doing to thrift and how I'm finding things, please message me. Leave your comment here below on the video. Make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you want to be updated when I add more videos about fashion, beauty, and thrifting and hair and all that good stuff that I talk about on my channel. I hope you have learned something today that you didn't know before watching this video. That's what I'm hoping I'm here doing, is making putting some information out here that you don't already know, or that kind of can enhance your experience with thrifting. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful day and happy thrifting! Yay! So I will see you guys on the next round. Peace.